I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737-777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. This is your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 218. And today we're going to talk about meditation, because I think it's an important thing that we should all do, especially as it relates to freedom, because we have to get free in our mind before we'll ever be free anywhere else, right? I mean, if your mind is if shackled up, then you'll be free pretty much in every area of your life. So you want to make sure that you can free your mind, and meditation is a way to do that. And I want to reference another podcast, episode 203, where I talked about manifesting. So you definitely want to go back and take a listen to that. But this is slightly different because I'm just going to specifically only talk about meditation today. I've never been one that grew up with this philosophy, or was taught this philosophy a lot. Matter of fact, I'll be honest, I'm just really coming into it now. I've always meditated, but I'm really learning to do it more and consistently, and to really, it's a great opportunity to quiet your mind. Because here's the deal: we have well over 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. And as you know, most of those thoughts are negative. So if we could just have a space, a time where, where we get a chance to quiet our mind, kind of turn off all the thoughts, right? And just kind of think of nothing. Or if you have to think of something positive, right? And a good idea is to do some kind of form of meditation in the morning and also at night. And the reason why is because this is a special time period where you are in these theta states, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert on this yet, so I'm still learning it. So I have to bring an expert on the show. If somebody that's really good to listen to is a guy named Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's got some really good stuff as it relates to meditation. So that's one of the people that I've been really learning from, and it's huge, it's powerful. I mean, I'm talking about people who were able to kind of heal themselves through meditation. And of course, we all know as believers that Yahweh, the Father, gave us the power, right? He gave us the power to heal, right? So, Yeshua said, "Greater work shall you do." So, if that's the case, why shouldn't we be able to just lay hands on someone and they're healed? Why shouldn't we be able to lay hands on ourselves and we're healed? And some of that is being able to center ourselves. It's being able to take ourselves from where we are to a different place, and then work on bringing our reality to that place, right? The Bible talks about, think on things, think on heavenly things, think on things above, right? Think on those positive things. And the more you think on those positive things, the more good things start to happen to you. But let's just be honest. We typically, as a society, tend to focus on the bad, and the bad is all around us. The news, Facebook, social media. I mean, look, people like, even if you were to look on YouTube, most of it is clickbait with a negative title. Even if it's something positive, there's a negative title because they know that that you're going to be drawn to that. Matter of fact, a lot of content creators, because I'm a content creator myself, and a lot of content creators, they'll literally tell you to have a negative subtitle to draw people to your video. It's kind of like a hook, they call it. And so just understand that's the society that we live in, is where it's almost like bad is good, right? And so we want to center ourselves. We want to kind of shut off the noise, so to speak, and just get to a place where we could be still, we could be quiet. I said this on a few podcasts ago, but when we pray to God, we're speaking to Him. But when we meditate, we give Him the opportunity to speak to us. And I just believe that so many of us, including myself, right? I'm not excluded from this conversation, but so many of us, we're not giving our Father the opportunity to speak to us. And why wouldn't we want? We're not giving Him enough opportunities, I should say. We sit down, we pray for what we want, we get up and go, and he's like, "Wait, I wanted to talk to you, my son. I wanted to talk to you, my daughter." Man, what how scary is it to miss the opportunity to hear from our Father? The one that created us, the one that knows our plan from beginning to end, and the one that literally has a game plan for you, but yet we don't seek to get that game plan because we don't quiet ourselves enough. And hey, like I said, I'll be the first to tell you that this is something that I'm continuing to work on. That's why I'm even bringing this podcast episode to you, because you know I understand that sometimes we could just be busybodies. We got lots of stuff to do. We got to do this, do that, do this, do that. Don't forget to do this, and don't forget to do that. And every episode we talk about stretching ourselves and growing ourselves and becoming better. And I get it. You're busy, you're on the go. You don't always have time to stop and maybe read a book. Well, listen, I got the perfect thing for you. You're probably familiar with Audible. Audible is an audiobook service from Amazon, and they offer the world's biggest selection of books. I'm talking any book that I've recommended, and I've recommended a lot. You can get that book and you can listen to it on the go while you're in the car. Why not turn your car into Drive Time University? And for listening to this podcast, you can get your first 30 days free on us. So go to audibletrial.com/code freedom. That's audibletrial.com/code freedom. And we'll also put that in the show notes. Oh, wait, by the way, don't forget to do that, right? And next thing you know, we just go to sleep and then wake up and then just repeat the whole cycle every single day. So we run and run and run. We go, we go, we go, we grind and grind and grind. And listen, you guys know me, I don't run from the grind. However, because the Bible does talk about being diligent, but the Bible also talks about rest. And I think rest doesn't have to be on the seventh day. I think you should obviously, we give ourselves rest every day, but I think we should rest our mind, is what I'm saying. We should rest our mind. We should get to a place where we rest our mind to a point where we can be rejuvenated and stronger because we've given our mind an opportunity to just kind of let loose, let go, not have to think about anything. Don't think about what you got to do tomorrow. Don't think about what happened today, and don't even think about some of the things that are stressing you out, right? Like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be there when you get done. So just know that if it's there, right, it's still going to be there more than likely. However, I just believe if you meditate more, if you and by the way, there's all kind of forms of meditation, and like I said, I'll bring an expert on to talk about this because this is something that I want to continue to learn and grow in myself. But just understand, I'll just tell you too, one of the flaws that I've had is that I would always fall asleep when I would meditate a lot of times. And someone gave me a really good tip that I want to share with you all. If this ever happens to you, she said, uh, do it shorter. She asked, how long are you doing it for? And typically I would say, hey, about 20 minutes or so. She said, hey, shorten that to 10 minutes, and if you have to go to 7 minutes, hey, it doesn't have to be long. It could be 10 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, but just get to a place where you can build that up like a muscle, where you have the ability to be able to meditate, quiet your mind, not fall asleep, and just be in tune, right? And again, if you want to visualize certain things, sometimes I'll visualize me literally being at the throne room talking to the Father, but not talking to him as in, hey, I need you to do this and I need you to do that, right? But just saying, hey, I'm just so grateful. I'm just so thankful. Right? If we would just kind of just be in an attitude of gratitude, that's always a good space to be in. That's what we call changing state, it's always good to do that because you're attracting more to you, of course, when you're able to be grateful for what you have and where you are, you know? So listen, this is a short episode today, but I want to encourage all of you to meditate. And now it's my duty to make sure that I bring somebody on the show that can teach us all, including myself, more on meditation. So I'll focus on that. I'll get something going in the next coming weeks because I'm excited about it. But I just wanted to just, especially at the beginning of the year, we're all excited. We got fresh goals and we're working our butts off. We're trying to make things happen. And I just think it's a good thing to remind ourselves to just, hey, wait, let's slow down a little bit to speed up. Let's quiet our mind and let's focus. Let's get to a place where we can just hear, where we can listen, not speak. We got two ears and one mouth, but yet we do more talking than we ever listen, right? And so, you close you close your physical eyes, and then you start to open your spiritual eyes. And oh my, what would happen if we did that more often? How would we live our lives? This right here is true freedom, and it doesn't cost you anything. It just costs you a little bit of your time, but in this time, and you gotta like plan for it. You gotta schedule it because otherwise it just won't happen because you say, "Oh, I'm too busy." Just like we do the same thing for exercise. I'm too busy to work out. I do that sometimes. But what we have to do is say, "Hey, I'm gonna make a conscious effort, conscious decision that today at this time I'm meditating. I'm gonna go in my room, close the door, maybe put on some soft, you can play some certain types of music. Sometimes I like to even play soaking music, some kind of soaking worship music, or just some kind of something instrumental with no lyrics or anything, so that I don't get distracted by the lyrics, right? Something that I can just play that's really soft. That I can. And sometimes that's what makes me go to sleep. It's just the softness of the music. It's just soothing, right? But but we need to make sure that we can stay up and just be in that space. Right. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 218. And don't forget to go back and check out 203 as it relates to manifesting. Similar conversation, but slightly different. But this one, I really wanted to just talk about meditation. So, hey, I'm curious. Come to our Facebook group. You can go to thewaytofreedom.info. And I love to know if you meditate. I love to know, hey, maybe you have some strategies on it. We love to hear from you. Join our community, and we can't wait to hear from you all. God bless. Take care and take charge. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.